Hello, the internet, and welcome to my boredom. So it's been a minute since we did a super simple series look, and it's Saturday, it's raining, I have work to do, but I don't want to do it. So we are going to create a halo eye or spotlight eye, depending on how you want to refer to it. And we are going to be using some very pretty pressed glitters. This is Sun Gaze by Glamour Edge Beauty, and I want to play with it. So again, we're going to be creating a halo eye, and I'll be walking you through it and hopefully making it simple so that you can do it too. Okay, so for step one, we went ahead and used the Milani eyeshadow primer. I have that as a base for my entire eye. I have not set it. It's up to you whether or not you want to use a primer, concealer, or whatever you're most comfortable with as a base for your eye makeup, but prime your eyes. Then I'm going to be moving on to the eyeshadow portion. So I'm using the Makeup Revolution 1 million palette. It was their limited edition gift with purchase, I believe, when they reached 1 million subscribers on Instagram, 1 million sales, 1 million something. It was 1 million, and they made an eyeshadow palette for it. After priming your eyes, you want to take a fluffy brush and lay down a transition in your crease, and or set your eye depending on what you're working with. I think I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It's like a light mauve tone, and I'm going to go ahead and use that in my crease. Okay, and if you'll notice, I brought it almost up to my brow, just right up to my brow bone, almost up to my brow. When you're doing things with a spotlight eye, you're going to be filling the entire center portion of your lid with a highlighting shade, so a brighter shade. Depending on how much lid space you have to work with, you may want to bring your transition shade up higher or lower. Again, it's personal preference. Play with it, see what you're most comfortable with. Moving on to step 3, we're going to be taking color number 2. It's going to be a darker shade that we're going to use to cover the outer corner and inner corner of our eyelids. So for this, I'm taking a flat shader brush, and I'm going to be dipping into this shade right here, this deeper plummy purple. Okay, so now we have the outer and inner portion of our eyelid filled in. We are not bringing the deeper color all the way up as high as the transition. We're stopping. I've left about 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters of space there so that you can still see your transition, your crease shade, but you have a decent amount of your lid space covered to create that center spotlight. Now, the fun part. For shade number 3, we're going to be placing the lighter highlight shade in the center of our lid. So I'm going to be putting down a lighter highlight shade, and then I'm going to be going in with the glitter, the pressed glitter that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So I'm going to put this down, pick up a slightly smaller shader brush, and I believe for this one I'm going to be going into this shimmer here. It's the lightest color in the palette, and I'm going to be placing that all over the center of my lid. Okay, so the third shade is down in the center of the lid. I covered up all of that blank space that I had left in the center of both my eyelids, and I think that this looks awesome. We are leaving just a little bit of space. We are not connecting the two darker colors at the top. If you want it to be like a classic halo eye, you can bring your second shade, your darker shade, cross so that it connects between the outer and inner corner. But that is, again, a matter of personal preference. It's up to you if you'd rather have, the dark connection, making it, a more classic halo eye, or if you like the spotlight where the lighter third shade, the highlighting shade goes, all the way up to your crease or transition shade. Now that we have that down, I'm going to be taking an actual glitter glue. I will be using the oldie but goodie M.B.A. Cosmetics glitter foil liner glitter glue. So I'm going to be placing some in the back of my hand, and you can use either a brush or your finger or what have you, but I'm just going to be dabbing into this glitter glue with my finger and then patting it over the center of my lid so that I can adhere some glitter to that section. Okay, so I'm loving the way that this looks. It is up to you. Another thing that you can do is take just a tiny amount of your glitter on, again, a really small detail brush, like a very small shader, and you can use that to highlight the inner corner, or you could use your highlighter shade, the eyeshadow, to highlight your inner corner and brow bone. The possibilities are endless. These are just the colors that I chose to use. You could add additional colors. You can do all sorts of things. Glitter's optional. The shades are optional. The placement is optional. Go crazy. But this is, in a nutshell, very simply, how you create a halo eye. I'm going to leave you for just a moment, finish up my eye look, and then come back so that you can see everything done. I'll be right back. And I'm back with the finished eye look. So I went ahead and I threw on some black liner and a coat of mascara and then a set of false lashes. I also added to my lower lash line an additional shadow by Igneous Cosmetics. To save some time, I'm just going to go ahead and put exactly what I did in my description box. So if you're curious about a specific product, go ahead and check down there. I'll have all the shadows, the glitter, the liner, the mascara, the lashes, the whole nine will be down there. But this is how you create a halo eye or spotlight eye, whichever you want to call it. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you found this interesting and that you will be able to use this general tutorial to create whatever you want with the shades of your choosing in your own time. So that concludes this video. I hope that you have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching this. Please subscribe or don't, not the boss of you, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.